up, guys? This is TableTopVibes, and today we're taking a look at the brand new expansion to Dune Imperium / Uprising Bloodlines, and this was amazing. So we played at game night this past weekend, and it is fantastic. Another great addition to the Dune universe. So what does it do? What does it offer? And how does it change it, right? Those are the questions. So to start off with, it adds like 8 to 9 new characters you can play as. I'm just gonna read some of them. Coda, Odax of Ix. She's pretty cool. Peek at the bottom of the tech tile of each stack, place one face down. There's a bunch of other stuff, we won't go into everything. The Steerman has like a navigation deck. I'll show all these on the screen. Duncan, Idaho, Mr. Swordmaster guy himself. Esmar Tuik, he's like this dude that gets his own maker board that sits in front, like off the side of the board where people can play at. But when they play at it, you get spice, which is pretty cool. Whenever you send an agent to the siege, you get $1. When an opponent sends an agent there, you get a intrigue card, and then you get 1 bonus spice on that location with your signet ring. So, okay, so you don't get spice, but if people want to go get spice, you get paid out on it if they use your location. Just another place to get more spice, which is awesome. The Count, Hasmer, Chani, she's pretty cool. My buddy played as her. She gets spice and water, and then depending on the player count, 3 versus 3 or 4, she goes down every time she loses troops in battle, which is pretty awesome. Leah Kennis, this person was pretty cool. She's got like the blue eyes. Ignore the influence requirements at the place where in Dune Uprising that has the worm and breaks the shield wall. You don't have to have 2 influence to go there, and I think also the water spot. And then the guy I played as, Peter de Vries, House Harkonnen guy, Harkonnen, Twisted Genius. You have your very own intrigue deck that's like twisted intrigue cards, which like if you lose guys, get spice, get this, and so you have this intrigue deck that sits next to the player who used it. I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't win. I hit 9 points. My buddy hit 11. A huge turn of event play where he stole the win from my other buddy by going up the faction track and maxing it out, stealing the faction and locking it out, taking the points, and then won with a sandworm, getting double the extra bonus because the siege wall was broken, and he ended up having the amount of money needed to buy the extra victory point. I played some little end game strategy where I got to move up on 2 tracks if I only had 1 or less, making me go from 7 points to 9 points. Obviously I didn't win, but it was a blast. The Sardaukar, which I'm probably not saying right, so you can destroy me later. The new little pieces, you got 7. You can either use cubes that are wood, or you have 7 plastic pieces, and they're like this sword like guys. They look super cool. I'll show them on the screen. They go to different spots on the game board, and when you take the location action, you can spend 2 Solari to then claim them and put them into your garrison. And then they can also be moved into combat with a X symbol, with a combat symbol, when you're putting out guys into battle. But when you lose them, they go off the board into your supply, and then you have to spend 2 Solari again to then put them back into your garrison. So kind of a super cool mechanic. They are worth 2 strength, but kind of another fun mechanic to get more guys. And the cooler, more fun thing, and yes, that all makes sense, is that each commander you buy has their own commander skills, which is pretty cool. So there's like, they'll be out like four of them out. You can draft which ones you want to play as. You can only have 1 command skill per Sardaukar guy, commander guy, but it makes like a cool like special ability that he does either like on the reveal turn or during battle. So that's a really cool aspect. It adds 2 more conflict cards that kind of give some more variation, right, to the different conflict cards, because you're going to pick 1 level 1 conflict. I think it's 4 level 2, or 5 level 2, 4 level 3 conflicts. But like in Uprising, you can do like the match thing where you have objectives and you match like the top right symbol. Like if it's like a desert mouse and a desert mouse, you can get a victory point. Well, the 2 new conflict cards are wild, so it kind of helps with that. There's also new intrigue cards that go into the deck, as well as new Imperium row cards, which it's pretty cool. Some of the cards can give you the automatic combat symbol, and then it also adds more tech tiles to the group if you're playing with the Chome expansion, which I think it's just a lot of fun to play with anyways, so I added in. But one of the coolest ones, and it kind of feels broken, but I can see how it's not. So when you go and get a tech tile, now on the board there's one that's like, if you take any green ability, any green spot, you get -1 space, right? Spice off of a tech tile, right? And so my buddy got to buy for like 4 or 5 spice the ability to once per combat round tap to make any spot a combat spot. So he took the Emperor spot up in the top with 4 guys and got to turn it into a put directly into conflict, which I would say was a pretty big benefit, because a lot of times everyone's vying for the Spacing Guild spot, but you need spice. So you had to spend spice to get the tech tile. You can only use it once per round, and you had to spend spice to go get the guy. So I mean, it's a lot of spice. It takes a lot of spice to do it, but I would say that was a pretty huge benefit. So it adds more tech tiles, conflict cards, intrigue cards, more Imperium cards. It adds more cards for solo and 2-player. But it is really great. I mean, we really enjoyed it. The new characters are a lot of fun. They add some like really cool variety, because they kind of add special stuff. Like my guy had a twisted intrigue deck. One of the guys has a siege maker board that he gets things for. Someone has a navigation deck, which I'm really excited to check that one out. I don't even know how that even works. But yeah, just a lot of new fun stuff. That, I mean, it enhances the game. You can add it. You can add it to Dune Imperium. You can play with all the expansions, Ix, Immortality, Bloodlines. You can play it in Uprising. You can play it in Imperium. I have actually not played Imperium since I bought Uprising. I think that the Imperium row where you buy cards and everything is way tighter, where money is really hard to get a lot of times, depending on if you're selling off your spice, right? There's ways. But I feel like the game is way more tight-knit, and then it comes down to everybody being literally maybe a point or 2 off by the end of the game. So I like the streamlined, really crunchiness of Uprising over Imperium at this point. Still my number 2 game. I'd play either all the time, but I really do love the new expansion from Direwolf and Legendary Games. This is just, it's awesome. And I did get the promo card. I can't tell you what that is right now because I completely forgot what the promo card was. But this is really great. If you have the ability to get it and pick it up, it's definitely worth having to add to Uprising. And we only played with Uprising and Bloodlines, so we didn't mix all the other things in as of yet. I don't know if you need to. I think that Immortality is pretty good. I do like the tracks that it offers. Ix with the, I might have gotten them mixed up, but with the like spaceships, I don't remember what they're called. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what they're called. But with that whole expansion, crafting, and all that kind of stuff, we haven't played it with everything yet. We might do it, we might not. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want me to try all of them put together and then do another video to show you and tell you what that experience is like. The other hard part with, I have to take them from Imperium and I would have to move them to Uprising, or vice versa, because right now Bloodlines is mixed with Uprising, the rest is mixed with Imperium, right? And then I hope that they just upgrade, they do upgrade components for Uprising. I mean, I can transfer all the stuff, obviously, but hey, just make more upgrades. I love upgrades. But yeah, this is a great expansion. I'm loving it. I'm super excited to get it back to the table. This has been Dune Bloodlines, the new expansion in the Dune universe. So like, subscribe, comment if you've played yet. Also comment if you'd like us to do a video about all of them combined. And let me know what character you like the most so far. I'm TableTopVibes, and this has been a first look at Dune Blood Lines.